What's going on YouTube? This is DreThePlug coming at you guys with a part 3 to pretty much my pattern process from start to finish. Whoa, before I just jump straight into this video, I just want to go ahead and just give you guys a dope example of basically how to go about making the pattern from scratch yourself, and then actually applying the steps that I already told you, the things that you actually need for this. So as you can clearly see, this is like a hand tool, some pliers. They labeled it as a hand tool, but you can clearly see like this is pliers, and it's a design pattern because you can see it's pointing out every little detail. If it was a utility, it will pretty much just show the pliers and show how it will be applied, basically showing it like opening and closing. But as you can clearly see, like I said, this is a design because it's pointing out every single detail that's on it. And if it was a utility, it'll pretty much just point out like the main things that make it work, the way it's used, like I said in the past pattern video that I made. So as you can clearly see, you got figure 1, you got figure 2, and a couple other ones, just letting you guys know all the different stuff that's on it. Of course, like I said, about 5 or 6 or 7 pictures, 5 or 6 or 7 pictures is pretty good for a pattern. Typically that's how much you'll usually see, unless you have something extremely complex, then you'll have more. But 7, especially for a non-provisional pattern, that's more than enough. And for a full one, you can obviously just go harder and just add more to it. So, and as you can clearly see right here, it has the hand tool, and you see background invention, objective invention, summary invention. You see how long it is. Like, it's not too deep, it's not too crucial. Everything's pretty straightforward, and it actually sums up to a full total of 3 pages, y'all. 3 pages. So that's all I wanted to do, is just like actually let you guys see a legit example. That way you guys can actually put 2 and 2 together when I go into more details right now for this next pattern part that I'm about to jump into. Let's get back into it. I showed you guys all the basics in part 1. I showed you guys all the type of different patterns in part 2. And now I'm just going to show you guys pretty much how to completely start, create, and end about everything. If you don't even want to literally do everything yourself, you literally can get other people to do it. And I'm pretty much just going to explain basically the whole creating process and how to go about doing everything from start to finish after you already know all of the details about the patterns from the beginning. And now you just want to like get everything started, get everything filed, get everything in the system, and basically get a professional to do everything for you. If you're not like an engineer or somebody who's really tech savvy, I'm pretty much just going to explain to you guys everything that you can do on going about getting this pattern filed and put into the system yourself by just contacting a few people. So one of the things that most people don't know is, like, let's say you have an idea, right? And you don't really know if it's already out there. It's a section inside of Google that specifically searches up patterns. It's called Google Pattern. I'll drop the link in the description below, but basically you can type in anything on the planet within the search bar and it look exactly like Google. The only difference is, like, in small print, you literally just see pattern. So it's like a whole Google search engine that look exactly like Google search engine, but except this one is like a Google pattern search engine. So it's like Google pattern, but then like right there you can just write in anything and basically it'll pull up all of the specs, all of the schematics, all of the details, all of the pictures, the full pattern, and all of this for like anything that was pretty much created, utility, design, or really any type of pattern. So that's one thing there. So then the next thing is the fact that we have this site. It's like a freelancing website and it's called Fiverr. So Fiverr is really dope. I mean, like, if you're not a type of person who is like, really artsy, you're not good at drawing, like you struggle at drawing stick figures, you can basically contact these people and they could literally draw all of your drawings out for your pattern if you want, or you can even get people to go in and actually file in the entire wording process. If you're not that good at writing, you can find someone who specifically writes patterns. You can find somebody who specifically draws out like pattern drawings or pattern doodles and stuff, just so you'll have like figures for your document. I mean, I know how to draw. I've always been really good at drawing, and I have some really good photoshopping skills. So for me, I didn't really have to worry about that. I pretty much just did everything myself. But if I didn't want to do it, I could easily contact these people and they could just have it finished for me, and I don't have to lift a finger just for a fee. So that's another thing. You could even go to the point of actually getting them to file specific patents that you want. Like you could literally have them do every single thing. You could just go on Fiverr and type in everything that you would want from somebody for a patent. And I mean, I'm not getting paid or anything from this. Like when I did mine, I did every single thing from scratch. Like everything that I did from start to finish was pretty much on my own for the most part. I'll say like 95%. So basically, if you guys would like somebody else to do everything for you, there's people out there that specifically, they draw only patents for people. There's people that only file patents, people that only do the documentation and actually write up the report. Like it's people that do all these different things on Fiverr. It's a freelancing service, and they don't only just do stuff for patents, they do stuff for like anything on the planet. If you need something done, this website called Fiverr, you can get everything finished. I'm gonna put that in the description below too. So we mentioned about the provisional patent, how you'll at least have patent pending status. So that way you'll actually have a patent in the system going the cheap route. I just wanted to harp on that again because a lot of people always think like you have to jump and just get like a full patent, or it'll be way too expensive, or it's just so much that goes into it where most people don't realize if you get a provisional patent, you could have it finished and filed for $60. So just throwing that back out there just so you guys know, again, just to give you guys a little update, you know what I'm saying? So then another thing that I wanted to mention was the fact that like something else when it comes down to getting a product out there, or if you want to sell something, or if you want to create something, you don't have to go that far deep into your patent. If you can write up the documentation, basically prove that this is something that people will want, like this is a need, like this is something that people will buy over the existing products out there, you could basically show your patent to a bigger company. They can actually create it and make it, and you could get like a royalty deal. Typically royalty deals, they range between like 1 and 10%. So it's like if you have an idea and you go to this big company, you pitch it to them, you show them your whole entire patent process, you explain if you do this, this, and that, and you put this together and shape it this type of way, y'all should make this product. And if they look over and they really like it, they can say, dang, like we're willing to buy this patent off you for a fee. Or they can say, hey, you know what, for every one sold, we can give you like 10% on each one sold if you just give us this idea and let us have it. Like it's so many different deals, so many different royalty deals. It's just so many different things, so many different leasing ideas. Like there's a lot of stuff that you can do when you actually have your own patent in the system, and it's valuable, and bigger companies will be willing to use it and improve their company by using your patent. So that's just another thing I wanted to harp on. So lastly, something that's not really mentioned at all is the fact that once you have a patent in the system, is a thing that's called like a maintenance cost. Like every 3.5 years, you'll have to pay a fee just to keep this patent into the system. And if you don't keep it up there, it'll basically be like in a domain to where like anybody can get it and it's up for grabs. So that's another thing that's not really ever mentioned when you bring up patents, the fact that you have to maintain these maintenance fees and maintain these amount of money that you have to send to the patent office, just so they'll, you know, make sure that your stuff is still valid, make sure everything is still good, actually show that, you know, you still like own this particular type of property and you want to keep the maintenance on it. Or if you want to update something and document, like over time, over years, stuff change every single day. So it's like you will have to continuously making these payments, and it's not like a set price on everything. I'll throw up a chart to let you guys actually see, you know, the actual price range, but it really varies based on the type of patent. It also varies based on how much money you make. Like this don't have anything to do with the patent. It's based on how much money you make from the patent, is specifically how much you could actually be charged for your patent maintenance. It don't have too much to do with, you know, creating it and how much you sell and all of that stuff. It's specifically how much money comes from the patent, and you have to pay a fee based on that. So if, you know, you don't sell any or anything like that, or you don't, just say you don't make any money from it, the fee will be smaller. But if you make a lot more money, then your fee will be higher. It don't really matter how much you sell. It's more so just how much money that brings in or comes in from this patent. So that's pretty much it. I just wanted to jump on those. And that concludes this video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe to your boy DreThePlug. More videos on the way. Definitely tune in, comment, let me know anything. If you have any questions about any of the patent process, any of the parts, just let me know and I can just add more details onto everything. And I'm out.